Well, he's the captain of the feisty fifth grade. I like to think they're probably a little bit frisky fifth grade because they're always sort of up to no good. Lachlan Reberger, how are you, mate?
Good. How are you going, John?
Good, mate. Good season so far for the fifth graders. Not finished yet here, but let's talk about yourself, captaincy, mate. How have you enjoyed that?
Yeah, it's been a good challenge this year. We've had a couple of new players come in, especially a couple of younger players come in as well, and start of the season really showed their wares. So it's been good to work with them, work on their skills, and I think that we've sort of seen that progression through the season has ended us up being where we are today.
All right. I talked to Nick Bowler last week about second grade, obviously players coming in and out, and obviously it's a little bit easier, I suppose, with fifth grade because you're all playing the same format in 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
But still, you've got players coming in and out, and there's always got to be those adjustments, hasn't there?
Yeah, definitely, and especially with obviously a couple of younger boys going back to play school cricket now. Yeah. So the adjustment between the different sort of 2-day and 1 days, and at the moment, obviously, with us playing both 2 days on Saturdays and then 1 days on Sundays, it's a little bit of adjustment. I guess it's probably the first time for a couple of boys to make that adjustment. But it's been good to see that they've been able to quickly do that. And that's been one of the real positives of this season.
When you say young players, obviously they're coming out and obviously they're playing 2 days. Do you get players that slash in and out? Is that part of the fifth grade stuff as well?
Usually they stay for the 2 days of the 2 days. So it's good because it means we've got the same team throughout the round and really helps us with our strategies against certain teams and sort of getting people in roles. So if you're an opening bowler, are you going to be a deaf bowler? Are you going to be, attacking the stumps, or are you just going to be bowling outside off and trying to ball the batsman? So I think that sort of works really well.
Yeah, I suppose as a captain, you've got to probably find those places, the guys with the good arms and the ones with the left hand and right hand. So you've got to actually do your homework more than anybody else, I guess.
Yeah, and I guess that helps over the season and training, sort of working out where players are comfortable fielding. Yep. And then working out then as well where the bowlers like bowling to work out where you got your fielders in the best position. And then obviously trying to affect those run out and catches when they come up.
And where do you, since you got, where do you put yourself most of the time, mate? Where do you like to
be? Usually mid on and mid off. I like to talk to the bowlers when they're in their run up or between overs. So I find that's the best position. I know some captains like to plan themselves at first slip. But I guess as a bowling captain, I like to be more active with the bowlers. So being a mid off or mid on suits me the best.
Well, I mean, that's not a bad ploy because obviously I'm not going to say you're old, but you've got younger players bowling and you've got the experience that you can pass on, and you're not going to waste time running from first slip all the way down the other end there. So it's not so much skill, just encouragement, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things is that I guess having a different perspective because I guess from my experience, I'm able to share that with the younger players. That helps them probably develop quicker than if I just said nothing and sort of got them to work out themselves. So I think a lot of the players really appreciate that feedback through overs and come out with different ideas as well when a batsman may be getting on top or, when, you might not be finding a line or length, and just having different ideas to try and get back on the right track and really get on top of the opposition.
Do you get players who come up with these ideas and you go, that's so crazy it might just work, that you've never thought of a plot like that?
Yeah, I think this is the first season I've really used short leg, and I don't think short leg is. I don't think in fifth grade I've ever seen short leg take attack. But I think it's worked from getting into the mental head of the batsman, thinking that a short ball is going to be coming, and then just keep bowling where you're bowling, and then usually they'll nick off. So sort of using that fielder as a distraction almost to the batter, them thinking that a short ball's coming even though it's not. So sometimes ideas like that where usually I'll be like, well, we don't really have fast bowlers bowling at the head all the time, so what's the point of the fielder? People coming to me with ideas like that and be like, okay, well, actually that could work in a different way. That sort of helped me throughout the season as well.
Well, I mean, it's not crazy because we call for it in the shield all the time. Just put somebody underneath. You're not going to bowl anything short, but if you've got some guy in your peripheral, it's just it puts you off, and you're thinking, what's going to happen there. Now, my question to you is: do you get volunteers, or are you Captain Cranky? You send some poor sucker underneath the leader, or is it somebody who's never played before?
The good thing with young boys is a lot of them volunteer. It's actually a competitive process. Yeah, you got 4 guys putting their hands up to be short leg. I'm not sure why. Obviously, they haven't got the experience to realise how the position is yet. So it actually makes it quite easy for me. I don't have to force someone to go under the lid. So
Yeah, they got some guts, those young players, but a couple in the shins, and they'll probably think twice the next time to see how they go.
yeah.
Hey, listen, you talk about where you are at the moment. Obviously, you're in fourth place. You take on the Nerds at Marchant Park, I think, this weekend, is it?
Yeah, so I think in the 2 days we're sitting about 8th place.
Yep.
So we're versing UQ at Marchant Park, so it should be a nice, probably sticky wicket. Try and really give that challenge to the batters. But I think it's a good opportunity, I guess, to really put pressure on the opposition and sort of get used to batting in different conditions that you're going to have to get used to over your career. You're not always going to be on a road like, at North. So I think that's a good experience to just play on a bit of a different wicket and try and adjust our games accordingly.
You can't get that at Marchant Park because I don't think they got covers. And from my memory, field number 2 is actually the bedpan, I don't think, or it might be the other one where you disappear over the back and you're gone for about 3 or 4 days before the ball comes back. But you will get a different pitch there, young man. Trust me, you will want to bowl first, that's for sure. But anyway, but otherwise, you're sitting fourth?
Yeah, so in the 1 days, we finished fourth. And so we had the semi-final on the weekend, which was great to get a win in that. Yep. It was a really good bowling and batting performance by the team. And especially given that because most of our 1 days got rained out, we didn't really get much experience with the 1 day. So it's good to see the guys step up. And then obviously the final this Sunday at North. So it should be a good game. And I'm sure that will be a road.
It will be right. So just on that, because you're playing on Saturday and the semi-finals on Sunday, will you not bowl somebody as much on Saturday because to save them for Sunday? Because it's hot, as you know, and it's muggy and that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Does that come into play because you're not...
We got a little bit lucky last weekend because our Saturday game got called off because the field wasn't in good condition, so we got a bit of a rest. Given this week, I'm going to be trying to win the toss and bat first just because it might give our bowlers a bit of a rest. Otherwise, probably will be a bit of chopping and changing just to make sure that none of the bowlers have bowled, too many overs and keep them sort of fresh for the game on Sunday.
Yeah, you're not being disrespectful to the side you're playing on Saturday because, obviously, you've got to play to your you've earned the right to play that semi-final, so you also earn the right to actually protect those players and get them ready for tomorrow. You obviously want to go out and win on Saturday. It'll be outstanding against the against the nerds, the eggheads, or whatever you want. Some of them aren't even as smart as a 5th grader, so I think it'll be outstanding if you can roll them and obviously take out the chocolates on Sunday. Question, mate. Sunday morning, what's the plan? Are you a superstitious man? What will you do? Will you...
Not really. I just have my routine. I just wake up, have brekkie, sort of just keep relaxed, keep hydrated. And then obviously Wes will be there on Sunday helping out the boys as well. So it'll be good to get like a good warm up in, sort of get the body moving and then get into the game. Obviously I'm probably one of those that doesn't like a really high intensity warm up because you want to leave some energy for the field. But just to get some catches in, some throws in, some facing some balls, just to get that energy up for the start of the game.
Is Wes like Obi-Wan Kenobi, mate? I don't know if you know your Star Wars. He's just that guy who probably looked good in with a big coat and just sort of say, the Force is strong in this one. Use the Force, Lachie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's just sort of that sort of Jedi Knight, isn't he, really?
Yeah, he is a bit of a wise head, but I think that he's sort of jumping on the bandwagon now that we're on finals, trying to support the team and help out. And it's been good though. It's good to have, I guess, another senior person there helping out the team because sometimes we don't get that in the lower grades. So it's good to have that extra bit of support as well.
And he is very senior, mate. He is getting on like that. And, he can't be everywhere at once, so it's good to see you there and things are starting to work. Lachie, listen, all the best on the weekend. I think you've got yourself, you're getting amongst the runs. You've got quite a few wickets at the moment, mate. I think you've got 18 or something, like a 22 or something. So that's pretty handy. And as a skipper, you're also doing quite well as well. So, mate, the 5th graders are feisty and frisky 5th graders. Say that without spitting all over your computer, John. We wish you all the best on Saturday and even more so on Sunday, Lachie. Congratulations to you and the boys in 5s.
No, awesome. Thanks, John. Much appreciated.
No worries.